Right now for my man, Mr. Ryan Goodcase, everybody.
Thank you guys so much. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you. I got a haircut recently. Thank you. The barber said, "What would you like?" And I said, "For someone to touch me for 15 minutes." Like to be touched. But there's a lot of talk about harassment right now. All these allegations are coming out. And it's good they're coming out because I think it'll start some change. But I'm also starting to hear certain men start to say things like, "Well, now I don't know how to talk to women. I'm not sure what I can and can't say. I'm afraid to talk to women." I'll tell you what, I have no sympathy for those men. Because I've always been afraid to talk to women. Finally, we're on the same way. That's why I like Tinder. Tinder's good for me because now I can get rejected by women without having to talk to them, which is nice. I get in a weird headspace though sometimes when I use Tinder. Like I wonder if any of the women I'm swiping past are dead. You ever think about that? It's like, if you're to die, no one's going to delete your Tinder, right? That's just going to stay there. So I'm probably swiping past like hundreds of dead women. Or at least that's what I tell myself, and I don't get any matches. Maybe they're dead. They're probably dead. I hope they're dead. I keep my profile on Tinder pretty modest, though. All my pictures are from the shoulder up. So I had this one girl message me, and she wanted to know what sort of physique I had. She said, "I'm really into dad bods. Do you have a dad bod?" I was like, "Well, that depends. Did your dad have you when he was 14? Alright, that laughs a little too long for that. You crossed the threshold of hurting my feelings. I'm not just doing online dating, I'm also trying to go out and meet people, in real life. I went to a nightclub recently, and while I was there, I was dancing, I was having a good time. I was occasionally making eye contact with women to see if they wanted to dance with me, and they didn't. That's fine. I respect that. Then all of a sudden, as I'm dancing, I feel like a pair of hands reach from behind and start to work their way down my body. I'm like, all right, here we go, right? So I turn around and I look and I see that what has actually happened is the woman behind me is sort of bent down, started grinding on another gentleman behind her, and she's using my body as a stripper pole. I realized that I'm so non-threatening to women, they view me as an object. I just stood there and took it. That's all I could do. I should have known the club wasn't for me though. I'm not a club person. I don't understood club culture. Like, do you guys remember that song by 50 Cent, "Into Club"? That song had a lyric in it I never understood. In that song, 50 Cent sings, "I'm into having sex, I'm into making love, so come give me a hug if you want to get rubbed." I'm going to break this down line by line real quick. 1, I'm into having sex. Alright, 50 Cent, that's a pretty popular opinion. I'm not going to challenge you on that. Continue. 2, I'm into making love. Now what 50's done here is actually pretty interesting, right? He's drawn a distinction between the physical act of sex and the emotional act of lovemaking, saying he only prefers the former. 50 Cent is a tough guy with no time for emotional attachments. Carry on. 3, so come give me a hug. Alright, well now you lost me, 50. You just said you're not into making love. And the very next thing you do is request a hug? Like, where are you going with this? So come give me a hug if you want to get rubbed. Alright, I think I see what happened here. heat of the moment, 50 Cent accidentally let something slip that's quite sensitive. He would like a hug. So he tries to cover it up with something overtly sexual, but what comes out sounds like a third grader's understanding of sexuality. Now he's like, I'm pretty sure we just hug and rub each other. Guys, I don't think that 50 Cent knows what sex is. I think his song Candy Shop is literally about a candy shop. That's my theory. I'm a big fan of music, which is not terribly interesting, but it's a good segue into my next joke. I get in a weird spot sometimes, though, you know, because I always have a song in my head. Like, I had a friend come up to me who was visibly upset, and so I asked him what was wrong, and he's like, you know, Ryan, I've kind of been in an existential funk lately. And all I could think about is how awesome a genre of music existential funk would be. You know? Like, lay down that boogie and play that funky music till you die alone, realizing that life is meaningless and there is no God. Like a bass line behind it? I think there's something there. I walked into a public restroom recently, and there were two urinals. There was a normal-sized urinal for, say, an adult man, and then there was a short, squat urinal about 2 inches off the ground for, say, a 7-year-old child. And when I walked in, there was a 7-year-old child peeing at the larger of the two urinals. Right? So he's like up on his tiptoes, arcing his stream upward, trying to get it in the bowl. And now he's got me in a bind, right? Because I don't know whether or not I'm supposed to try to squat down into the small one, or like try to go around this kid. And as I'm standing there weighing my options, this man walks in. He says, "Why are you staring at my son?" Which is a fair question, right? What I wanted to explain was that his son had the larger of the two urinals, and I was patiently waiting my turn. But what I said was, he's got a big one. At that point, I said to leave. I didn't get to pee. You guys okay if I do a new joke? Is it okay with you guys? Alright, so the reason why I'm nervous about doing this joke is because I don't quite have the timing down. So actually, I kind of want to ask someone to help me. Sir, would you mind helping me keep time with this joke? Why did you snicker like that? Is he not going to help me? Do you know something about his counting abilities? Brand new. Oh, well, welcome. What I'd like you to do, if you don't mind... Okay. You guys have a weird relationship. If you'll count backwards in your head from 60 to 0, whenever I point at you, yell out what number you're on. Does that make sense? Go ahead and you gotta yell it so people in the back can hear, though. Can you do that? Give me a practice number.
60.
Gotta be louder.
60.
That's good. You guys can hear him in the back? Alright, here we go. It's a new joke. Go ahead and start. So I was talking to my dad recently, and my dad's a pretty old guy. He was born in like
53.
So I don't know how old that makes him, but it's sure older than
48.
Right, guys? So anyways, he's like a real rough and tumble guy. And I was trying to brag to him one day, and he goes, "Ryan, how many women did you sleep with in college?" I was like, "I don't know, probably like..."
37.
Which is a total lie, guys. It's a total lie. Like, if I were being honest, I counted all the women I've ever slept with throughout my entire life, the number would probably be closer to...
27.
I did not point yet.
Brilliant. 10.
Speed it up, dude. Come on. No twos, whatever you gotta do.
Negative. Brilliant.
You can stop. You know, yeah, someone said -2. That happened once. I pointed at the end and they said -3, which is hurtful, right? Because that means they looked at me and they're like, that guy has unslept with 3 women. He just gave them their virginity back.